Welcome if this your first time to the channel. Today we listening to Tracy McGrady talk about why he did not win any championships. He said, yo, I never got the opportunity. And if I would have played with certain guys, I would have won a championship. And then we're going to listen to Byron Scott break down the difference between Kobe Bryant, Tracy McGrady, and Vince Carter. If this is your first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Click that like button. That's how they push the video. Let's go.
Let's see, Matt.
What defines greatness? Is it the championship?
That's one of the elements.
I mean,
in some cases, yeah.
I don't see anything he said wrong. I didn't see your response, but for me, we have too many talented players that come through this league that are championship worthy.
Talented.
What I mean by that, if you take them off a team that is a championship quality team, replace me with Kobe with Shaq. I don't win a championship. You don't think I could carry the Lakers to a championship? Like, I've never had the opportunity.
Correct.
I felt like if I was put in that position to win a championship,
never.
I damn sure would show up and do what I do in the playoffs to elevate my team to that level. I just never had the chance. So do I get diminished because I never won a championship?
Right.
Okay, hold on.
Is it
Let's really break this down. Because T-Mac is saying, yo, I never had an opportunity. I looked at T-Mac's career. Tracy McGrady has had opportunities. Did he get as many opportunities as Kobe? No. Kobe had like 8, 9 opportunities to win the championship. He went to the finals 7 times and won 5 championships. Tracy McGrady really only had 2 legit times to win a championship throughout his career. That's not a lot, but you got to make the most of your opportunities. And it's not like Tracy McGrady would not have had more chances to win in his career, but injury, whether it was to him or to another player, is why he didn't get a chance to compete more. It wasn't just because he didn't have a right franchise or a good team around him. He did. But the guy that was supposed to be the co-star next to him or himself was always hurt. Now let's go through it. Tracy McGrady, 04, 05, and 06, 07 are the years he had a shot. Before that, he was in Toronto, too young. Then he went to Orlando. Grant Hill was hurt. It was supposed to be T-Mac and Grant Hill. They would have been like the new Mike and Scotty, but Grant Hill was hurt. So he didn't get an opportunity in Orlando. But when he got to Houston, 04, 05, they were healthy. 06, 07, they were healthy. The other years in Houston, either he was hurt or Yao was hurt. And then everything after that was after his prime, all right? But 04, 05, they got knocked out in the first round. In the playoffs, he averaged 30.7 points, 7 rebounds, 6.7 assists. In 04, 05, they went 7 games with the Dallas Mavericks. And they won the first 2. But somehow they couldn't pull it off. They got knocked off. In 06, 07, he averaged 25.3 points, 5.9 rebounds, 7.3 assists. They win 7 games with the Utah Jazz. They went up against Carlos Boozer, Darren Williams. They were nice. But he had a running mate with him. And that running mate was Yao Ming. Now, in 07, 08, they really had an opportunity. I think they won like 22 straight games or something. But Yao got hurt. But in 04, 05, in the regular season, Yao Ming averaged 18.3 points, 8.4 rebounds. In the playoffs, he stepped it up. 21.4 points, 7.7 rebounds. In 06, 07, in the playoffs, he averaged 25 points and 10 rebounds. They went 7 games, lost. So he had 2 opportunities. He played with Yao Ming. That's just like Kobe playing with Pau Gasol. For people that didn't really watch Yao Ming was nice. He had a bunch of finesse, but then he was super tall, so he really could protect the rim. He's better on defense than Pau Gasol. Just by his height alone, he was better than Pau Gasol. Both of them had slow feet, but Yao is humongous. So his height alone, he's a better rim protector than Pau Gasol. Tracy McGrady played with him. Had 2 opportunities with Yao Ming, both of them healthy. They went 7 games, got knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. And the crazy thing is, T-Mac went straight to Shaq, right? Why don't nobody ever say, yo, would they have won a ring if they played with Pau Gasol? Kobe played with Shaq his first 8 years. So with Tracy McGrady, or even if it's LeBron, when you say, yo, they would have played with Shaq, they would have won this many rings, you got to look at their first 8 years. That's all Kobe had. From high school, all of them came from high school. T-Mac and LeBron came from high school. From high school to the first 8 years, how many would you have won with Shaq? I think T-Mac might have got 1, maybe 2. They wouldn't did no 3-peat. No way. Because of all the things Kobe went through. I ain't talking about Colorado. I'm talking about teammates treating him like trash because he was the young boy. I'm talking about Phil and Shaq both taking shine from him. You know, Shaq not working out. Like, how would Tracy McGrady handle all these things? Shaq is not an easy person to win a championship with. And how do we know that? Well, he won 1 with Dwayne Wade, but Dwayne Wade and Kobe Bryant wasn't the only great players Shaq played with. What is the gap, you think, between Penny Hardaway and Tracy McGrady? Because Penny Hardaway played with Shaq, couldn't get it done. Eddie Jones was an all-star. Nick Van Exel was an all-star. On that Orlando team, it was Penny Hardaway and Horace Grant. They couldn't get it done. The Lakers, before Kobe came of age, couldn't get it done. Shaq ain't the easiest person to win with, but everybody bring that up. Now, let's really listen to Brian Scott talk about the differences between Kobe and T-Mac. Let's go.
And it worked. And I tell people this all the time too, Kid Jay. Kobe Bryant was not the most talented player that I've seen on a basketball court. Tracy McGrady was more talented.
More athletic, yep.
Vince Carter was more talented.
More athletic, yep.
Yeah. But, and this is no disrespect to those two because I love both of those guys. You know,
right.
VC, unbelievable. Tracy McGrady, unbelievable. Both Hall of Famers, no doubt about it, right?
Respect.
But they didn't have that that Kobe had.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's why when he would go against those guys, he would shine. Plus the fact that when he went against those guys, it was like
he looked for those guys.
Yeah. He looked.
Yeah.
That was his motivation.
Yeah. Talk about
he looked to play against the best guys. Yeah. LeBron, no, I'm guarding him.
Yeah.
You don't see superstars today say, I want the best player on the team. I want to guard him.
They ain't built like that.
We played a game against Orlando when they had Tracy McGrady. Tracy had 26 and a half.
Ooh.
We go in at halftime. I'm like, hey, man, the guy that's guarding him, you guys got to do it. Kobe said, Coach, I got Tracy.
Talk about
Tracy ended with 30.
4 points.
4 points in
Probably
second half.
at the free throw line.
4 points second half. So that was his mentality. That's why he's one of the greatest of all times.
Facts. Now, T-Mac and Kobe is cool. Kobe always said, T-Mac was super difficult to guard. But I think it's other things that would, go into if you would be able to win a championship if you had certain players. We never know because injuries and all that. T-Mac could have got hurt even with him playing with Shaq. So these are the things that could come in play. But I do think he would have got 1 if he would have played with Shaq. But I just don't think Tracy McGrady is as good as Kobe Bryant. I never thought that. And by the way, when they were saying Tracy and Kobe, they were saying who is the best player in the league. Shaq was around then. Do you think T-Mac would have won if he would have played with certain players? And how much do you value championships? It's not the end all be all, but you do need some championships in basketball. Y'all control so much of the game. You play so many minutes, offense and defense. Like, dog, you should be able to pull off a championship. I know certain guys didn't have a lot of opportunities, but when you get them opportunities, you got to make the most of them. Y'all let me know your thoughts in the comments. As always, if this is the first time here, make sure you sub to the channel. Check out the other content. Click that like button. Y'all be easy. Be safe.